Yeah, so what are the important or some burning challenges in public cloud if you're not Aviatrix, you're not using Aviatrix platform? So, the number one challenge what I find is while talking to customers, especially large enterprises. Remember, I gave you the example of this large media giant out of New York, where their AWS TGW went down, and it was not easy to convince the cloud provider, um, to come to an agreement that yes, this is a problem with the AWS TGW, right? So basically, you need to prove that yes, it's a problem on your side. Otherwise, they will always try to ask you questions, and then will try to find issues in your architecture and whatnot, right? And even when if they realize or find that yeah, it's a problem on their end, it's very difficult even for them to troubleshoot, right? Because sometimes it could be a hardware underlay issue. Now they have to send somebody there or do something. I don't know what kind of tools they have because we don't know, right? So this is a problem. This is a challenge. The tool set is not what you would expect it to be in the cloud. Simple troubleshooting tools like what Nicholas was mentioning. This is what we learn in our colleges. Ping, right? You need to do ping. You need to do packet capture. You need to do trace routes, right? So those things, basic things, are missing. And you don't have any visibility into what's going on inside this service. Okay, why my load balancer is behaving like this, or this I don't know why my routing is not working. So how do I look beyond what AWS console or Azure console provides me, right? So that's a big challenge out there. Then when you look at the way to segregate the responsibilities, it's very difficult because the architecture is pretty much flat, right? So remember we showed you the VPC, the VNet, right? And then your internet is there, your workloads are there, load balancer is there, router is there, everything is just there next to your virtual machine or EC2 instance. So it's very flat. So how do you basically create the segregation or find points where you can actually troubleshoot and see, okay, yeah, my packet reached here. Okay, now it goes to this layer, or now it goes to third layer, right? So yeah, it's very difficult. So in this process, what happens that, or what I have seen, you guys can tell me if I'm correct or not, is that your expensive resources, the architects, right, the senior guys, they become your tier one support. They have to troubleshoot the basic connectivity issues that should be handled by your normal operations teams like the junior guys, right? So yeah, that is an issue. So now let's see how we actually are solving these challenges. So I will start with the CoPilot because this is our flagship feature that we have part of the platform. This is actually providing the deep visibility into your multi-cloud or cloud operations, right? So instead of me talking through these slides, let me be bold here and log into my CoPilot. Yeah, so this is how the interface looks like when you log into the CoPilot. You will see this dashboard, which provides you basically complete visibility into your cloud operations. And to me, it's my morning coffee dashboard. So I wake up and I see, okay, what's going on in my multi-cloud, right? And this actually tells me. So for example, in this case, under Aviatrix Gateway, I can see it tells me that one or more gateways are down. So I can see, okay, what's going on? Why is this guy down there, right? Or maybe the transit gateway is having some problem, right? So things of that nature. And then it also shows me this map where I can see the resources being deployed, right? So this is again Azure, GCP, OCI, Oracle also, right? So everything is here. And then the virtual data center rundown. So what kind of regions am I present in? What about if I just want to see things from AWS perspective? Okay, this is how it looks like. And then the percentage of gateways deployed per cloud, or yeah, the number of accounts that I have, or the gateway sizes I'm using. Maybe I need to do some capacity planning because I'm not using as much as I should be. So I might need to reduce the instance size and whatnot, right? So you can actually see all this here in this dashboard. Then this topology is actually my favorite because you guys know this better than me if you have been using the cloud, that it's very difficult to visualize what's happening in your cloud network, right? And what the topology looks like, because whenever you start doing any troubleshooting, you start with a topology, like how things are connected. This is a basic question that is running in your head. So this is where we provide this extreme visibility into topology. And not only that, but you can view this topology in different ways. So for example, this VPC tracker, remember in the beginning I told you, this customer I have in Portland, Oregon, here in USA, the big sportswear giant. They are using this feature just to know or track where their resources are, how they are connected, and if they are under compliance or not, right? So if there is an instance which is not connected to VPC, that's a rogue instance to them. So they need to go and investigate. So they use it heavily. And then we have a lot more other options. For example, if you don't like the view, the way it draws the topology, you can change it. You can select different things. Let's say you don't want to see TGW. Okay, no problem. So yeah, so these are the filter option. The layout, you can save the layout for your topology. So I have some layouts saved here, and I can load it if I want. The physics option is about how do you want to draw this, right? So the edge length, the node repulsion, different type of options for you to look into this topology the way you want to, basically, right? So that's number one. Search, extremely powerful. For example, if I want to search 10.10, I can easily see, okay, these are the guys who are part of 10.10 CIDR or CIDR, right? And then this is what I use a lot. So basically you click on the gateway, you get all the information about this gateway. I don't think you can see this in one chart in AWS. I don't think so. And not only that, you can actually do the diagnostic directly from here. Okay, so you select the interface from this gateway, you specify the destination, and you can do ping and trace route just like that. Very powerful, extremely useful. So yeah, so anything you click here, you will get the metadata pulled from the cloud native APIs and a lot more information that you can actually see on these cloud consoles. Moving on, the FlowIQ. Now, this is really getting into the weeds of the traffic and providing the intelligence that you miss in the cloud. So what you're seeing here is various filters and the traffic being categorized in different shapes and forms. For example, you can look at the traffic through a source IP that you select, right? So as soon as you click the portion on this donut, I call it donut or circle, it will automatically create the filter, and everything else will be redrawn based on this filter, right? So you can see that, okay, based on this source IP, I can see the destination this is trying to go to, the port, the source bytes, type of service, IP version, anonymous system, maybe, okay, what is that? TCP flag, and then the countries and city I'm trying to go to, right? So yeah, this could be really interesting if you have a traffic going to a place which is like not something you want to see or expect, then it can quickly tell you, right? You can filter last hour, last day, and a lot of options. So if I move on to trend, for example, this is again very important for drilling down into a specific issue. So let's say I'm looking at this destination port name and then the data being pumped, right? So I can actually see this spike here. And if I want to know more about this spike, I can just zoom in and see exactly what is happening. And I can create the filters based on this, right? I can say, okay, so this is why there is a spike, and this is maybe someone transferring a large file and whatnot. And everything, like I said, is redrawn based on this filter. Geolocation is actually putting all this intelligence onto this map, because obviously we are human. We like visualization. We like to see things on a map. And then, yeah, this actually shows you the hotspots. For example, I can easily see that in North America, in Virginia region, I have a lot of traffic going on, right? And if I zoom out, yeah, this is very small topology I have because don't have many gateways deployed. So yeah, all my traffic is just staying in, but you're getting the idea, right? So if I clear this filter, now I can see, okay, so now it's showing me some other places where the data is being originated or sent to, right? So in the bottom, again, very powerful views. You can see things from a different perspective. And then this is the flow, right? So this is a kind of a Sankey chart that tells you your top talkers, right? So this is the widest band here. So yeah, this guy was talking the most, and yeah, so you can actually filter it, and you can see exactly who this guy is and how it's behaving, right? And this is the information that goes beyond what you have already seen. So this is going way into the weeds of pulling the data, right? And then this is just a sample. You can actually add a lot more filters here to see the data based on your requirement, right? So city name maybe, or the time zone your data is coming from or going towards, right? Altitude, latitude, and whatnot. So that's the number one tool that or the feature I wanted to show you as part of this platform. Now moving on to next part. So we covered that. Now this is flight path. So oftentimes what happens that when you are troubleshooting some problem, the problem is presented in a very simple way. Okay, so a guy comes to you, says, you know, my VM1 in AWS1 is not talking to VM2 in GCP. It's a simple problem, but if you're going to troubleshoot it, I'm pretty sure it's going to take you, I don't know, hours and hours and hours. Because what I'm showing you is an example where these two instances are in one single cloud, one single region. And if you want to troubleshoot this simple connectivity between these two instances, you will have to go through all these steps, at least 25. And I'm not even considering the complexity of NAT and the multi-account and multi-region, right? So you you get the picture. So if I again try to be bold, I can actually show you the demo using my Aviatrix controller. Okay, so yeah, so this is how the controller looks like. You guys have seen it before. I'm going to be focusing on flight path. So flight path is the feature in the controller that allows you to basically query the resources and will give you a report of what happened between these two instances. So in my case, I have this AWS cloud under my name, and then my instances are present in Virginia. So I'll do the query resources. Now it's going to go back and then pull the resources from this region. So this is the source instance where traffic was originated from. And then the traffic was going into GCP. So this is my GCP cloud. And some instances are there in the southeast, basically Singapore region. So I'm going to do the query here. So I'll see the destination. And then I can run the flight path test. So now it's going in the background and pulling the information. And it will tell me nicely what happened, why this VM was not able to talk to the destination. So it can actually tell me that there was a problem in the route table. There is no route to the destination, and that's why. And what you are seeing here is the security group, route table, NACLs. But if you had the Aviatrix gateway or AWS TGW in the path, we will also show you. So we will query all those resources and give you this nice report to tell you exactly where the problem is. Okay, so now we will move on to the where is that? Operations guys, yeah, module 5. Okay. Okay, so here on, I will just use this demo. So basically now we are showing you the familiar tools. So this is the demo that will show you how to use various utilities within the controller to troubleshoot the issue. So in this case, we have this gateway utility where you can select the gateway, Aviatrix gateway, select the interface, and you can do the ping and trace route to see connectivity issues. Right, so that was a trace route. Now you can also see the ping, and then you can also have the option to do trace path, which will show you the ping result with the MTU discovery. Right. Now, if you want to go beyond that, you can actually select the host name, the port number. You can select the controller, and you can see if the controller is actually allowed to talk to the host name or destination, or if you want to select the gateway, you have the option to do so. Packet capture, like I said, this is what I use a lot. So yeah, you need to have this capability as part of your operations platform. So yeah, so if you go into the diagnostic, and if you select the gateway, this is Aviatrix list of Aviatrix gateways. So you select the one that you are interested in, select the interface, and select the host. This is the filter. So you basically want to see the packet capture based on this host IP address. So we'll show you it on the screen, right? So we'll show you exactly what's happening with this transfer. And not only that, we will also give you the option to download this as a PCAP file. So if you have Wireshark running, you can quickly launch this PCAP and you can see it in Wireshark in more detail, or you can save it for your, if you want to attach it to your ticket or something. Role-based access control. So this is extremely powerful because the platform that we have is multi-tenant, multi-account aware, right? So we have this role-based access control where you can create different type of roles based on your user personas. So you might have your DevOps guys who are interested in flight path, so that you are not always in the path to troubleshoot it for them. You can create a role, read-only role, and you can say, take it. And if you are running into some problem, you should run this flight path before you come to me, or give me the output of that flight path, right? So that's something you can also do. And not only that, you can create roles based on other criteria. For example, you might have network team or a security team. So for networking team, you want to assign access to the resources that are in the networking realm. So for example, AWS TGW, you want to say, okay, this is for the networking team to look into the gateways, and for the security, maybe FireNet, right? So you can also create those type of rules based on different personas. So there is a nice video out there on the community.aviatrix.com. So if you guys are interested, I would say definitely go check it out. And the solution that we have, this is something Nicholas already covered. It goes beyond providing these RBAC control natively through our controller. You can have additional layer of security using these IDP providers. Okay, DevOps automation, things like Terraform, right? It's extremely important. Pretty much all the customers, enterprise customers, they use Terraform today. And our Terraform is extremely powerful. We are the Terraform provider and partner. It's a rigorous process to become a partner, by the way. And if you go to HashiCorp website, you search for Aviatrix, you will see we are under the network competency area. And we are next to Cisco and other big players in this space, right? In the networking space, I should say. So yeah, extremely powerful. Then the API is there. You can go consume it directly from api.aviatrix.com. It's Postman enabled, so you can see all the syntax. You can actually directly issue API calls from this interface. Solution is multi-cloud, multi-account aware, so you can onboard different type of accounts, not only AWS but other clouds. And then I have some customers who have like 200, 500 accounts, and they have onboarded, and it has made their life a lot simpler, right? So yeah, we support all these. We also do periodic account audit, so just to make sure that we have the right access into the resources that we want to manage and maintain. It's extremely simple. You just log into the controller, create a new account, specify your AWS account number, and yeah, so that's how you go about it, right? Yeah, this is how it looks like when you have onboarded the account, and then you can have number of accounts, obviously. VPC tracker is something that our customers use a lot for reporting and for version control, I should say. So what it does basically, it gives you a VPC report, all the VPCs and VNet in your multiple clouds or multi-cloud environment in one shot, right? So let me show you a demo. So this is how it looks like. So you can see different network siders, their VPC name, the type of network, the region they are in, the account they are part of, and the number of instances for, assigned to those siders. You can export it in the Excel sheet, right? So instead of you copy pasting you from from the cloud console, this is the easy way. All right, so that's one benefit. Another benefit is making sure you don't have any overlapping siders in your cloud. Okay, so yeah, it's highly uh, contagious, I would say, or it's not a good idea to have overlapping siders. So if you're creating a new one, you should come to this tool, make sure there is no overlap across all the clouds or within a single cloud, doesn't really matter. And yeah, this is the report will tell you if there is one. Audit functionality is available for routes. So for example, here I'm showing you TGW audit. So let's say if you have configured something in the controller, but someone goes in the background and change something on the route, could be on the TGW itself or could be on the VPC side, we will do the audit and we'll give you that, okay, something is wrong, you should take a look. The different metrics from the gateway, right? So this is what you find in the console, Aviatrix console, where you can select the gateway and you can get a lot of information, right? So you can get like data total, data sent, data received, disk free, all that type of information, which obviously you cannot get with the native services or constructs you have in the cloud. TGW Orchestrator list. So when you deploy and manage the TGW, AWS TGW from the controller, we will give you a complete visibility into the operations of it. We will control it thoroughly. Like I said, TGW Audit is just one feature as part of this this manager, TGW manager. So what you are seeing here is a list with the name, the type, the security domain. Remember, Nicholas talked about the security domain. And this is the part I like the most, right? So now see, all these routes are being shown in this one single screen. That's what I want. I want to see my routing. This is what I like. So yeah, so we are actually thinking from a networking perspective because we are coming from the networking background, right? So when we see something missing in the cloud native tool, we say, no, this is not how a network admin should be looking at it. This is the way to look at it. And then you can also influence, once you become our customer, you can also influence the output and then the feature that we have in the product. VPC Diagnostic. Yeah, so you can actually run this VPC Diagnostic for the VPC that you are interested in. This could be a report to your upper management telling them that, hey, this is how my VPC is configured. This could be sent to an auditor if he's looking for complete visibility into VPC. So instead of you taking screenshots here and there, route table, security groups, NACL, interface, the MTU, the route, everything, right? So yeah, this is the easy button. Just take the copy paste, send it to the auditor or your manager, say, yeah, this is how it is. Or take a version of it just for your own sake so that you can compare it in future if something is not working or if you're having some issues. Showback functionality or chargeback. So when you onboard these accounts, what you can do at times, what happens that the management will come to you and say, okay, this HR guy or HR account has deployed 10 gateways and I want to see a report. Is it really 10 or what? How they are using it. So what you can do, you can select that account, click on the deployment, and then it will tell you like what kind of resources this account is using. Number of gateways, spokes, the FireNet if there is one, the peering, site to cloud connection, so that you can actually charge back to that respective department. Other operations related feature. So NetFlow export is available from all or any gateway to any NetFlow collector on any port as part of our platform. The gateway sizing is very important because what I have seen a lot of time customers, they start with T2 micro but when the traffic grows or profile grows, they want to increase the size, right? So we made it very simple and easy for them. So you can just log into the controller, right click, you can say, I want to increase the size, and we'll just, increase it. And it is hitless, right? So this is important. So yeah, so we'll increase, or if you want to decrease the size, you can also do that. The backup of the controller is very important. You should deploy controller in HA, obviously, but also take the backup of the controller. And we save those backups on Azure storage or AWS S3. The upgrade to controllers are hitless. So when you're upgrading the gateway, you should do a dry run before you upgrade, okay? So if dry run is all good, that means things are in sync, everything is looking good. So you should hit the upgrade button, and then it will automatically upgrade all the gateways and the controller without rebooting them. Patching the operating system of the controller itself or the gateways, because we are using Ubuntu, and oftentimes, these the Ubuntu guys, they provide some security patches. So we made it very simple. You don't have to worry. It's part of the controller UI. You just go into the security patch area, and then you apply the patches that you want to apply. We discussed high availability. So the solution is by default highly available. When you deploy the gateways, transit or spoke, doesn't really matter. We automatically deploy it in active fashion.